any American attack on the Islamic Republic. This comes as the US linked Iran to the killing of 3 American soldiers at a military base over in Jordan. We brought that to you as breaking news as it did play out. The US has signaled it's preparing for retaliatory strikes in the Middle East in the wake of that drone attack Sunday at Tower 22, a base in northeastern Jordan near Syria. Want to talk about this and other developments here? So let's bring in AI Melamed, a former Israeli intelligence official and founder of Inside the Middle East Institute, again joining us, now live to discuss this and other topics here. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us as always. Thank you for having me, Josh. Of course, so first off, I do want to talk about this threat that was made by Iran against the US, and I just want to get your take on it, and whether you think the US really takes that seriously, and it does play any sort of impact into the reaction by the US on that drone strike. Well, it should be taken seriously. However, I should mention that President Biden and the administration generally make it very clear that they have no intention to actually launch any kind of attack on Iran itself. So I think that the Iranian message is kind of like trying to throw it back. American intention may be to hit Iranian assets in different parts of the Middle East, but not in Iran itself. And you are the expert, so I want to get your take on this as well. How does an attack like this on US troops even happen? How does something like this take place? Well, it's not so clear. There has been reports that there has been some false identification of this incoming UAV that was attacking the Tower 22 base. I'm not so sure to say that there wasn't any kind of cyber attack involved. I do not know the ins and outs of the whole story, but as of now, this is at least the formal version that was reported regarding the circumstances of that attack, so it may be very possible that that was the case. And you kind of already touched on this, but how does the US go about responding to this? What are the possibilities? And how does the US send, I guess, the strongest message possible? I think there should be on the US planning sort of speaking one is to avoid any kind of attack on Iran, or on any kind of an Iranian asset that has formally attached Iranian sovereignty signs, like for example an Iranian ship. I don't think that we are heading there. That's not, to the best of my reading, that's not the direction. However, there are enough assets of the Iranian regime across the region that are very significant for the regime, and hitting one of those assets, maybe more, could be very painful for the Iranian regime. We are talking about potential assets in Iraq or in Syria or in the area of Yemen. There are different possibilities in that regard.